Hello, my name's Will and welcome to the Drum Room sessions for this week. We have a band from Hamilton, namely the mighty Arc of Ascent. We have in front of me Craig, Mark and Matt. If you guys could introduce yourselves and the instruments you play, that'd be amazing. Who would like to start?
Me, I'm Mark. I play the drums.
Matt, I play guitar.
Craig, bass and vocal.
Wonderful. And I jumped on the internet earlier, as I always do, and I discovered a few things about you. First was that you were formed in 2008. You're sort of classed as a stoner doom band. What do you think about the whole term stoner? Or sort of stoner rock, stoner metal? Do you actually need to sort of like be a weed smoker to do this kind of music, or do you think it's just something that the labels have created?
No, it's a genre. It's a genre that they've labelled, just roughly in that genre. So makes sense to put everything in a group to understand it.
Sure. So you guys smoke a lot of weed, or
no?
Never.
Well, it's irrelevant. It's about the music, I suppose. I mean, some bands, their lyrics deal with that sort of stuff. We don't personally sing.
And you have 3 albums out at the moment. There's an album called Circle of the Sun. Well, which year did that come out? Was that quite
2010.
2010.
Yeah.
Okay. And the Higher Key was your second,
Mm-hmm.
which was about 2012.
12.
Thank you. And Realms of the Metaphysical, which I've got on vinyl, which is an amazing album. It's probably the one that I've listened to the most. Have you guys got another album coming out at some point?
Yeah, we've got enough music for another one. So just rehearsing, seeing, getting the vibes down, and tentatively go on beginning of next year and record it.
Okay.
But just got to be happy with everything first.
Are you releasing anything this year?
Yep, we've got a split LP coming out second half of this year with a band from Germany called Zone 6.
Okay.
So that'll be on a European label, Headspin.
And you're supporting the Samsara Blues Experiment later on this year, is that correct?
Yep, in
When?
September.
Where will you be playing?
It's just at the Whammy Bar.
So you won't be playing the Wellington show?
No.
Just the Auckland show?
Yep.
Oh, that's a shame. Do you have any gigs coming up overseas at all?
Yeah, end of October we go over to Australia, do 4 shows, Melbourne and Sydney. But before that we do a little mini tour around North Island. Before that in September.
We've got, 1st, 10th, 25th, 26th of September.
You got a good memory.
Yeah. It's my job to book them.
Yeah. Okay. So you played Dazed and Confused. It was in Christchurch, I believe. Was it last December?
Mm-hmm.
How was it?
Yeah, that was amazing.
It was good.
Yeah, really well organised.
Yeah, Nick did a great job organising that.
Yeah.
And we saw some fantastic bands that I'd never heard of before, and we're looking forward to hopefully bringing 1 or 2 of them up later in the year for the tour in October.
Okay.
So that would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a great scene down there. Real kind of sort of old school feel, like still kind of really connected to student radio. So yeah, it's really quite different from up here in the North Island.
So do you guys do anything outside music?
Anyone?
Not me, just
Where
a
should we
normal family. I live in the South Waikato, rural, and it's good. No neighbours. I can play the drums whenever I want.
You're a bit of a family man.
Yeah, bit of a family man. I'm the only granddad in the band.
So is it a grandson or a granddaughter?
Grandson, yes.
He had to
How
bring
old
that
is
up.
He is 9 months old. I had him last night, so I've had no sleep.
Yeah.
Was he crying all night? Or?
No, he just wakes a lot,
So you weren't out partying all night?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Partying days are over.
Yeah.
That's you, man.
I go to a lot of live gigs, particularly metal, rock, punk stuff. I've been to some festivals like Wacken in Germany, Hellfest in France. In 2016 I went over to Psycho Las Vegas, which is a really awesome stoner festival. Had some cool like stoner bands like Sleep, and also some cool retro stuff like Pentagram and Blue Oyster Cult, stuff like that. So that's sort of my buzz.
What about you, man?
I'll do my solo project, which I've been doing since '99, called Lamp of the Universe. Done a few albums.
So is that just you, or is it?
It's just me. I play everything. So after I was in a band before that, Datura, and when that came to an end, decided to just do the single person thing for a while, which ended up being quite a while.
So you don't do live?
No,
Maybe?
just me, studio project. So yep, do that when I get time outside of writing stuff for us. And apart from that, just collecting Star Wars figures and comics and LPs and.
When you say
Yeah.
collecting Star Wars figures, are they the new ones?
No,
Or-
the 70s ones.
Jar Jar
So
Binks
yeah,
ones?
it's one broke.
I used to have a few of those when I was a kid. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I was a '70s kid, so
Yep.
yeah, it was
Me
like
too.
everybody had them,
Yep.
and then nobody bothered to look after
No.
them. We were like too busy playing with them, and their heads would come off.
Yeah.
Or, like rip their arms
Yeah,
off.
yeah. So I have all those, but yeah, the record collection is the worst thing. I spent way too much money on that, but you know,
How many albums do you have? You reckon?
thousands.
Thousands.
Yeah. But yeah, but it's the vinyl thing. It's why all our albums are on vinyl. You know, it's just an important thing.
Vinyl's great. I think
Yeah.
I think that sort of stoner doom stuff sounds really good on vinyl because
Yeah.
it has that lower, sort of
Yep.
warm, round bottom to it.
Yeah, yeah,
Sounds
definitely. Just they master it slightly differently, and it just sounds good with guitars.
No, I don't necessarily like to compare bands to
Mm.
influences because it seems unfair because we are a culmination of everything we've listened to and everything we've enjoyed, which
Yep.
it's kind of hard to pin it.
Yep.
But if you were to sort of pick a couple of bands that, I mean, perhaps not influenced Arc of Ascent per se, but influenced you musically over your life, what would those bands be?
We don't listen to a lot of stoner music
Mm.
probably anymore.
Anymore, no.
But we all have enough in common. I mean, we might all listen to Triptychon, we might all go to band practice, and we might play songs that we might take a little bit of Triptychon, but we also might do it for Portishead. And we try and include, we have enough in common that it's quite diverse these days. It's not quite like it used to be.
Right.
There seems to be a certain element of the modern stoner bands coming out that are a little bit less obviously either stuck in that kind of 90s sort of sound like Caius. Caius is a brilliant band, but that's from the 90s. Or otherwise just doing the weed worshipping thing like Bongzilla, like bands I like for instance Yob. I mean that's great, that kind of thing. It's about changing the state that you're in. Another one is UFO Mammoth. It's a very cool band. I mean, I wouldn't say that we're trying to be like them, but it's that kind of direction, something that's maybe a little bit more philosophical. It's heavy, and it's not just trying to fit into some sort of cliched mould of, okay, this is a stoner doom band, so this is what we do.
When I was young, there were people that said, "Oh, you don't want to over practice. You sound a bit flat or stale or something if you over practice." So we're the opposite. We practice relentlessly.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we practice. We're relentless in the studio. We are leading up to the studio. So we won't record an album unless we've played the songs for a minimum of a year. We won't have played them live,
Yeah.
and we'll know them inside and out, and we're happy with them.
I have found a problem with that too. Like I've done some recording with a few bands over the past few years, and we'll write a song and record it, and then we'll play it live for like a few months, and then it'll change.
Yep.
Like I'll be adding drum fills here, and then adding accents here, and then I'll be like, this is much better than what's recorded, but it's too late.
So for 6 months we might play it at this tempo, and then come to practice grumpy and go, it's not working. so we take it down by 2.
Does that happen much?
Yes. Yeah, I'd sit there and meditate on it, and just going, it's too fast.
We also approach playing live in a very particular way. So we see the entire performance as if it was one unit. So that means that all the songs have to be in an order that they fit together. The tempos have to match. We have to make sure that things aren't slowly going downhill, so we usually speed up slightly, and all the transitions and all that are planned out. So It is quite sort of, you could say it was choreographed in a sense, although, you know, we try and do
Orchestrated. perhaps.
orchestrated. We do want to deliver in an organic way, but we're not going to be that kind of band that's going to get up and we're going to, you know, just muck around on the stage or not know what's coming up next. It's gonna be a flow, and the idea is that if you're in the audience, it's a entire experience.
It's an experience.
Yeah.
That was the word that sprung to mind.
So we'll practice at least a month before we play a show of the set end to end. So it's 45 minutes, exactly the same every time. And it's only at that point that we feel that we're ready to play that set live.
Meticulous, eh?
Yeah. Have to get it right, or we're our worst critics. We'll come off stage and go, man, that was crap.
For the kind of music,
something needs to change or something, you know.
Yeah.
But it doesn't happen much anymore.
Especially when you go on stage grumpy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's me.
but to our ears it works because I think we feel that we're a much heavier band than we were a few years ago.
Yeah.
And part of that is spending that time to play it in time and using that as a kind of a tactic to improve our kind of overall heaviness and what we're sort of communicating.
Would you say that your next album, that the music has matured beyond realms of the metaphysical? I mean, has it changed it much, or
Yep, it has a lot.
How has it changed?
It's more progressive. It's longer songs, more trance, heavier, more light stuff. Yeah, so sort of goes hand in hand with that kind of performance thing that, you know, Matt was talking about. But so we're only gonna do 4 songs, be enough for an album.
Really?
Longer songs.
So how long would that make?
Between the new ones are between 9 and 12 minutes long, I think. So just branching out and taking it further, you know, and not sort of just worrying about what's happened before or, you know, what the current taste of everybody is at the moment.
Sure.
and just getting in with our little circle and, you know, figuring out what we want to do.
So you're going to be recording it early next year, or?
I hope so. We've got a lot of stuff to get through. We've got some touring and stuff, and then we've got to.
It's only April now, isn't it?
Yeah. But Mark showed us the schedule the other day on the calendar, and it was kind of full. So everyone's going to be sick of us by the end of the year.
Grandson in one hand.
And a drumstick in the other. Yep. But yeah. So probably try and fit in between these shows, working on the new stuff, and then probably really go hard early next year to get it down, and then figure out where we're going to record it this time. We recorded the split at what's it called?
The Porch.
The Porch.
Yeah.
With Scott Newth, and it was awesome.
Where is that? Where is that based?
It's just on the outskirts of Hamilton.
Yeah, Rotorkari.
And we know him quite well. We've known him for years. So and then just going in there because it's close to home and stuff like that, and it just felt like being home, you know. So just go there, and yeah, it was very relaxed and very easy.
Well, thanks very much for coming in and talking to me today.
No problem.
Cheers.
We were kind of cold at the beginning, but then we sort of warmed up near the end there.
Yep.
Everyone got more chatty. All right, well, thanks very much, and best luck for all the projects and the recording for next year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.